Folks, well, now there's like a kind of twist is seeing the ISIS video about the first ISIS video of the American reporter, James Foley. The guy says that they found they're not fighting an insurgency, fighting the Islamic State. It could be like an organization. This is what it had with ISIS. Then what would be that in my own thing, I was planning to write a book or something like that, that what ISIS would do, even though my only thing and wish for ISIS is that I wish that that of the Asian victims to be executed by ISIS. The only wish for it was to be a Korean person. And why a Korean person? Because that way, we could say that if President Hugh Park would choose the right choice to fight against ISIS, not to favor ISIS. As what I mean, that for President Park, I mean, and this is what's going on for so many times. The thing about North Korea having nuclear missiles and stuff, right? The only victim that I will see that it will start World War III. ISIS will start World War III in one way or the other. How would ISIS start World War III? By the assassination of this victim. The victim will be Haruna Yukawa. Haruna Yukawa was one of those Japanese victims, being kidnapped by ISIS. That once and for all, Haruna Yukawa gets beheaded. But let me tell you how is this thing before you ever hear, and I want to listen to you and what would happen. Since World War II and since all that time, Japan and Korea, hate each other's guts. And the reason why this man will be key essential of what is going on to be the worst case scenario that threatens the world. Well, it is said to be that there's only one chance to say that there is a controversial shrine in Japan called the Yasukuni Shrine, and dealt with the Lane Court Rock situation. It would be doubt for the death of someone that it could start World War III with the death of Haruna Yukawa, a Japanese citizen, a Japanese national, gets beheaded by ISIS. President Hugh Park would back off, favor ISIS, and would it ask for North Korea to unite with South Korea to be under the control of the Islamic State. That way, this would be the surgeons of what would have ISIS will have control of nuclear weapons. That has been in control since the birth or since the foundations of North Korea. What would they do? What it is. It's going to be raise a flag that this day will come. The day will come that there's going to start ISIS the Haruna Yukawa's death, ISIS, by death by ISIS, that ISIS will start a nuclear holocaust. ISIS will start a nuclear holocaust, and there will be more deaths. I think that once you have trusted, I don't trust Korea with the fighting against ISIS, because that way, what if Haruna Yukawa gets beheaded, then Parks backs off. She will convert into Islam. After her conversion, and her husband and whatever, that this will be the way that they will advise Koreans to get into Islam because of a death of a Japanese civilian. Of a Japanese citizen killed by ISIS, and spread to the video. And that's where World War III starts. It's going to suffer. The Japanese people will suffer a nuclear bomb attack by Korea. Like even North Korea and South Korea will join together, permitted by ISIS, and that would be the start of ethnic cleansing in Japan. They will have people of Arab race, of the Arab ethnicity, wiping out the Japanese race. That way, that it will blow up and blow down the Yasukuni Shrine. That would make Japan into another name. Maybe the name of the land will call Eclipso, because it will be the eclipse that covers the sun, because of the rising sun flag. The eclipse covers the sun. Well, so for that thing of a deadly eclipse, that means that the land is covered by the eclipse of Islam. And that would be that both eclipse, or what would Japan will be called in the future after Haruna Yukawa's death by ISIS, favors with Korea. So, starts the Third World War, World War III. And we are fighting ISIS? Yes. Korea will be part of ISIS after the death of Haruna Yukawa. That would mean that there will be ethnic cleansing in Japan. The Yasukuni Shrine will be teared down, blow up, being replaced by a mosque that is provided by ISIS. Then we'll be in trouble. We get attacked. We're going to war. ISIS come right here. And then World War III is going to be a chaos. We're going to have a nuclear holocaust in this country and around the world. Because I believe if there is an unwinnable war after the beheading of the British guy, because it'll be true once Haruna Yukawa gets beheaded, Park backs off, knows that there's something between Japan and Korea, converts into Islam, brings back the two Koreas, ethnic cleansing in Japan, and the nuclear holocaust will start. Yes, the nuclear holocaust. This is how World War III would win. Who could win World War III? We all the weapons and win all this. That is the worst thing, is for Haruna Yukawa's death could start us losing. We become the Islamic States of America. That is something we gotta look for, because there's a nuclear holocaust going on after Yukawa's death. The only thing that I wish for, that I only wish for this World War III could start in a whole new direction, is that I wish that ISIS beheads a Korean person instead of a Haruna Yukawa or any Japanese person. That way we could start fighting ISIS and we could beat ISIS, and I hope saving Haruna Yukawa's life to be released. That means there has to be something. That way that part could say, well, let's see, they're beheading a Korean person, and that's what I wish for. To make this war winnable, the only necessary means for ISIS is that ISIS needs to behead a South Korean national. ISIS is supposed to behead a Korean national. If it beheads a Japanese, ISIS is supposed to behead a South Korean national. If ISIS beheads a Japanese national, we will lose this war, and the whole world will follow under the Islamic law, and we here in the United States of America will be called the Islamic States of America. Goodbye, everybody, and take care.